Morning, friends. So, does prison work? We hope, don't we, that there's a rehabilitation that's possible. And many Quakers will think that prison doesn't work in many ways. It doesn't rehabilitate. Perhaps people learn things in there that makes them more likely to go on and commit crime. But the very small part of prison that I see is the changing hearts and minds of the men in the chapel. And this week we had an amazing meeting. It's growing in size, this group. Word of mouth means that it just spreads around. The men themselves come and say, please invite so and so. He'd really benefit from this. And we sat there and you can see that the volunteers and the visitors to the group are watching these men transform before their eyes. And it is a self-selecting group, as I always say. And these these men talking this week, they're big blokes, tattoos, big gym gym goers, maybe alpha males, I don't know. But they're certainly the men that the rest of the group are looking up to. And they're tearful and they're saying, what have I done to my life? What have I done to my kids' lives? I have just wasted 10 years of my life on drink and drugs and partying. And they're just inconsolable, really, even though they manage it quite well in a group situation. You can see that this is something that they're thinking about day after day and night after night as they do their sentence. And one man said, I came to the prison chapel and I don't normally go to church, but I listened to the message and it's a weight off my mind, he said, or a weight off my shoulders. And there was something about this action, of his heart. And there was something about feeling life for the first time in a long time. And I think it's because so many of them are detoxing when they first come into prison after a few weeks. They've arrived sober, if you like, at life again. It's like a new dawn because they've spent years and years continually under the influence and intoxicated in some form. So what an amazing experience that must be, really. And while we listen to them, you can see some of the visitors, and myself included, wondering whether we're doing any good here. And then seeing these men, and we're just observers. We're not even part of the conversation because they're talking to each other. And one says, 10 years of my life I've wasted, and another guy chips in, I'm never coming back. And you can see it just kind of they well up a little bit and they're thinking about the impact on their family and on their friends and their kids especially. I mean, they're just heartbroken about their kids. So yeah, it's a privilege to observe this. And even if it is only 1%, I don't know how many it is. It's God's work, isn't it? I don't know how many it is, but for those people to this week, it was transformative and the rest of the group just watching these big guys talk like this. It's very powerful.